Tita Talita Talita. Tita Talita Talita. Ta ta ta. Tita Talita Talita. Tita Talita
Oh.
Talita. Introducing the Fast Track Feedback Fridays, everybody.
Yes.
We're
Krusty
live.
Krab pizza. Yes, we are live. Oh shit. What do you know? Cool. All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. The massive crowd that has gathered here today. We are Fast Track, back with our feedback on a Friday. That's what we do.
Please hold the applause.
Yeah, please. We've got a little bit of a queue, but nothing crazy.
Yep.
Should be room for folks to get in for free feedback today. And as you know, we give detailed music feedback. So if you have something you've been working on or that you've released, please send it our way through the form. We can send that link in the chat, so it's there. You
Bruh.
have the
Oh,
button.
sorry. That was totally my cue. I'm looking at my camera feed and it's like ass, and I'm like, why?
Kind of blurry.
Yeah. Does it look bad for your part or?
It's a little blurry. It's not the worst.
Comcast has been like trying to text me saying there's something wrong with your connection.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Oh,
maybe.
that would explain it.
Yeah, maybe that's what's actually happening.
The more you move around, the harder it is for the compression to know where you are. Literally, when you start moving around, it gets blurry.
Oh no, man.
That's hilarious.
It looks good from my. Well, that doesn't matter, but
Oh
okay.
yeah, it's all good. If you just stay very still, it looks normal.
Okay.
But anyways, I don't know. Do you have anything else you wanted to add before we jump into the music?
No, not much. I'm sure we'll talk more when more people are here, but it is what it is.
Very true.
If you're watching, we got a short queue. We literally have this song and the other song, and we have many minutes until we get off at like 7:30. So
Yes,
use
it looks
that
like
feedback
somebody just joined. So if you joined
Yeah.
and you make music, send us your music. We will review you shortly.
You-
Links are in the chat, so go ahead and do that if you'd like.
Okay, cool. We can go to the first one then. Looks like it is a beat for sale. Looks like Madeira Music. Madeira, any relation to Naruto? Let me know. The song title is Glow. Finished release, hip hop instrumental. Yep. Let's see if we would buy this type beat. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Glow, Madeira Music. 3, 2, 1. It's pretty solid.
Very.
Yeah,
that little E-piano thing.
Yeah, little twinkles. Distinct videos.
The whole thing is very heavily sidechained to that kick.
Yep. Just a little.
Modulated delay.
Oh, nice. I feel like this is like a beat you just freestyle to. Just over and over about nothing. Just get stuff. This is exactly, I think, what a rapper is looking for.
Oh yeah. Could also do homework to this though.
You go what?
Could also do homework to this though.
Definitely. She'll be somebody too. Drop out variation there. Just a little stereo field stuff there. I think it sounds really solid. Blue Dollar, what's up? Just submitted. Hey,
Nice.
yo.
And yeah, thank you for that,
Appreciate
Blue
you.
Dollar.
Hey, we got it. All right. Blue
We did.
Dollar in Bad Dreams. Cool. He will be up in the song after this. Two songs, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah, that was lo-fi, boom bap style, Glow by Modern Music. Very polished, very buyable beat in my opinion. What do you have for your vibes first impression?
Yeah, no, it's a a bodacious, buyable beat, in my
Oh yeah.
opinion. Um, it's good. I mean, it's super chill. It's pretty consistent throughout. I guess I don't know. It needs like it was pretty consistent throughout. There's nothing that really changes drastically.
Yeah.
Kind of just surprised seeing that it was only 3 minutes. Kind of felt longer, but I
Yep.
guess if it's you're trying to sell it to someone to freestyle on or to rap on, it'll get more interesting. Hopefully, depending on what they
Yep.
do.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, no, I think it was well engineered and the sound were really high quality. It just sounded like something that you would find and potentially want to buy if this was your thing.
Yep. 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 Yeah, I agree. It seems like, maybe a little bit on the criticism side, it's like a little bit run of the mill lo-fi stuff. Like
Mhm.
I've kind of like heard all this sound before. But yeah, I think it's very well put together, very polished sounding. Maybe a little bit bright on the mix, but it brings out a lot of clarity. So I don't think I can complain too much. Um, and I used to, and I still do, I guess, but definitely more in the past. I used to do lo-fi stuff, and I could hear my own kind of brain freestyling to it and adding melodies to it. So it's always a good sign. Um, at least my personal taste. Like I think it's a solid S beat, and I yeah, pretty sure people want to buy it. I think it's pretty much good to go.
Yeah.
So that being said, vibes. I think I give this probably like a 95 between green and yellow. I think this is like pretty damn buyable, ready to go for especially for like what it's for. It's for people to buy and to make songs out of. So it might not tell like a whole story in itself, but it's there for people to use. So yeah. What about you?
Yeah, no, I think I'd say 92 for vibes between yellow and
Sure.
green.
Mhm.
Just because like it's good. I almost was like a little bit in disbelief that like they made this. Not to say that like I don't think they did, but it just was like this sounds exactly like something I'd find on like like a royalty free music marketplace or something like that. If you search for like chill,
Right.
um, and I was like, it's impressive if you can do that, and it sounds that much like the stuff that rises to the top. That's a
Yeah.
good thing. But yeah, no, this is good.
I,
Content. You
f-
have any thoughts?
I
Or I can
just
go.
wondering if we had like any history with Madeira
It's
music. I
Madeira.
feel like I've seen their name before, but I can't find it in our sheet. Anyways, let us know, Madeira. Content. Yeah. Yeah, like we said, I think each instrument choice sounded lush, very high quality. I think they're all mixed pretty well, balanced pretty well. Uh, Arrangement, there's a little bit of change up here and there, and maybe dropouts of the beats, but it wasn't anything that was super interesting on its own. Um, but I kind of give it a pass for the tight beat space. So, um, twinkly e pianos that sound nice. Uh, yeah, I think there's a lot to like here. Thumping drum beat. So content, I'd probably say like 80% between green and yellow.
So the like detraction from that is that because it's just not super like interesting or unique, or there's just not a
Yeah,
lot going on.
yeah. There's just nothing like too standout. I don't know. Like I could have even, yeah. I guess for a type beat, I don't know, 85. But still, like within type beats, you want to find like as an artist, you'd want to find something that's like pretty unique that
Yeah.
that you can cut the weeds with, but cut the weeds, cut through the chaff, perhaps. But yeah. So that's the only thing. It just sounds too. It sounds like an AI made it or something.
Vanilla. Yeah, it kind of
Yeah,
does.
vanilla. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I think I can agree with that. It's like there's nothing wrong with it. There's some really good sounds in there. It's high quality. It's just sort of like I feel like I could get this anywhere. Maybe that's sort of what it is. It's like
Mhm,
it's good, but it's so generic that it's sort
mhm.
of like there's so much competition for this. Like if I know that
Yeah,
this sounds exactly the stuff I've heard, I'm probably just gonna go out and see if I can find something free that sounds like almost exactly the same. Because there
mhm,
is stuff. There's plenty of libraries out there that have like free royalty free music. You can search through that. You'll find something a lot like this. So it's, like, hard to make that sell a little bit. I guess I wonder, like, how many of these do you actually sell, you know? Is
yeah,
is it worth it? But anyways, I think, yeah, I'd also say, like, between 80 and 85 for content because of those reasons.
yeah. It's just that market saturation of lo-fi music. It's pretty crazy. Production, yeah, I think it's strong on all fronts. Maybe the e-piano is a little bit too in front, maybe a little bit. Mix in general, kind of bright. Josh talked about the pumpiness of the everything being side chained to the kick. I
Yeah.
kind of like that though because it just makes you kind of bop
I
your head.
do
So
like
that's
it.
good
I think there's, like, a very fine line with how much you can do it.
for
I
sure.
thought it was, like, maybe just a little bit above that threshold where you start to lose. It might just be like their release or attack or their release probably is too slow or something.
Mhm.
Because there are parts where when the kick, goes too many times in succession, that you're missing a big chunk of the actual like audio there because it's just like not doesn't have time to recover,
Yep.
um, or just yeah the amount that it ducks. But
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Um, I can agree with that. I think for all things considered, though, it sounds pretty damn good production wise. So
yeah,
for me, I'll
definitely.
say uh, 94 between green and yellow. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'll say 93.
All
It's
right.
it's like, yeah, it's fine, but, just because my preference for the side chaining is a little bit different. That's the only difference, I guess.
For sure. For sure. Yeah.
It's
And
good
I
though.
think, yeah, total for me, I think is pretty much good to go. I could see people buying this, and I don't think that they would be gypped. I think this is like a, a good ass beat, depending on the price, I guess. But yeah,
Mhm.
like it's solid beat. So good work, Madeira. I would say maybe 94 between green and yellow
Yeah,
track total. Yeah,
yeah, no, definitely, it's pretty good. I just think it's not that unique. I'm gonna give it a 90 between yellow and green.
for sure. Cool. Thank you very much, Madetta Music. So we got in the queue right now. Shouts out to Blue Dollar. We got your submission. We have Jokerhead and Blue Dollar, and we have more queue spots until 7:30. So if you guys wanting to get feedback on your music, and you just saw we give it pretty detailed, you use that link. And if you feel like waiting 2 songs is too long for you, we can have the tip to skip that could also secure your spot in case we run over for the week. But nobody seems to be in danger of that right now. So
Yes. So
yeah,
otherwise, it looks like there might be somebody else in the chat. If you make music, if you have stuff that you've worked on in the past or that you have released or are planning to release, just send it through that link, the tiny URL in the chat, and we will review you during the stream. So,
yeah,
also, I guess one thing that we can mention,
yo,
Madeira Music, who we just reviewed, is indeed in the Fast Track beta uh, waitlist.
oh sheesh,
So just to give a little bit of context, like what we do here, what we just did, giving detailed feedback across different categories and different genres and styles. We've been building a web platform, like a full fledged web app, to help you get feedback on your music in a structured and helpful way from professionals who are even more experienced than us.
hmm
If you want to sign up for that to be one of our first users and help test things out, get to use it first, sign up for the beta at fasttrack.studio and we'll let you know when you get in. So that's that.
for sure, for sure.
And if you
Um,
submit a track, you can also sign up through that form. So yeah.
it's a win-win, man. Send us your music. We want to hear
Hmm.
it. But yeah, the next song, Jokerhead, The Mandalorian. It's a work in progress. Firstly, he says, oops. Thanks for being so honest and critical of that last track. It was whack. Oh no, I felt a
Damn.
little bit bad when I was reading this. I don't have any clue about being in key and all that. Maybe I should learn that stuff. You should, because you do some weird dissonant stuff
You
that
do.
that sounds decent a lot of the times though. So you
Well,
could have fooled me, but
yeah, so I sort of wonder though, like sometimes I can't. Maybe it's just that he's interested in like doing something different, like sounding a little bit different, having a different sonic musical signature,
yeah.
or just like maybe you're just into complex chords, and that's cool. Like I love that stuff too. Um, but you also have to like be really honest. I don't know if when you heard like we're listening back to the stuff that we were saying was off key, even when it was like pretty off key. Like, were you able to hear that? Did you notice it?
Mhm.
Right? Did it sound off to you at all? Because that's like the number one thing. Like, if you can't hear that that's off, you gotta like either try to do some ear training or like maybe you're a little tone deaf or something. I don't know. I sort of
Yeah.
doubt it because most of your stuff sounds fine, right? But
Yeah.
it's like more so than like like textbook knowledge. It's more like you need to make sure that you can identify stuff by ear
Yeah.
that's in key or out of key because that's the fun way to do it. It's like
Yeah.
people don't hear sheet music, they hear the music itself.
Mhm.
So that's sort of my opinion is like screw the theory, screw the like stuff on a page. Do it if you listen and create music with your ears and it appeals to you, it'll appeal to people who listen to music with their ears. So
Yeah. Yeah, and you could like just take your idols and your favorite songs and then kind of deconstruct what they do, to find like chord structures that you like too.
that's a big thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like a great way to just like for ear training is like I don't know if you play any instruments, Jokerhead, but like just trying to piece out a part for a song that you like on whatever instrument you play really can help you like critically listen and learn all that stuff by ear.
Mm-hmm. He says, I'm so thankful your opinions and everything and advice. I have 4 other tracks I've made in the last 5 months. I'm afraid to lease. They're quite different, ambient, minimal, repetitive, and probably lacking melody. Just want to know what you think of the production and maybe any similar genres. And your general opinions as usual. Hopefully, I can join the stream live soon. Keep up what you're doing. It's great. Also, I always sign up for the review package. No sign of it. Oh,
Oh
oh.
man.
Shouldn't have read that out loud.
Totally
Is
forgot
it
about
in the
that.
post? What's the story with that? Haha. Yeah, the story of that is, I guess we're kind of behind the ball on that. We used to
Yeah,
have a little team that does it, but
yeah, well, more so the story with that is in the near future, so with the platform that we talked about, we will be integrating more of the stream submission pipeline into there. And
Mhm,
so it should make it like a lot better to be able to review feedback that we've given on there as well and see like probably your exact scores and maybe even like the clip or at least a link to it.
mhm,
um that's a thing that we are planning on doing. So like anybody who doesn't sign up for the beta yet, which is like I mean like Jokerhead has, it's like all the regular people have signed up so far pretty much.
mhm.
um you will be able to use it straight through the platform. Otherwise, you'll have the opportunity to sign up at that point and do it through the platform. But yeah, just a heads up there.
But okay, I guess that's enough of Jokerhead's long novel. We will get to his music now.
Hmm.
The Mandalorian. Are you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1. What the? I am playing the wrong song. You good? Are you playing it?
Weird sound. Yeah, I'm playing it.
All right.
Where are you,
I did the wrong song, so I'll start after you.
bruh?
Yeah,
Put that percussive instrument down.
my bad.
Did you get? You have it now?
Oh yeah, did you stop?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's start over.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go. The 3, 2, 1, go.
It's kind of piercing.
Hmm.
Jesus, that hurts my ears.
Really? I wonder if my volume is just low.
Don't you hear that super high pitched sound?
Yeah, there seems to be some sort of resonant frequency.
with that lead instrument. It's like the upper harmonics of a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kinda creepy.
No, right, yeah, it's a very interesting effect, but it's just a little bit rough on the ears.
It's like the ghost of a melody or like the ghost of a song. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Right on, buddy. Whoa.
What was that?
Even the
Yeah, the
bass
melody
doesn't quite sound like it's,
in key.
melodically sound. The groove itself is good, though.
What's that?
The groove itself is good, though.
Yeah.
Yo, AC, what up?
Hasty. You gotta have things there if you wanna see the music.
What the fuck was that last part?
The ending?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jokerhead, you gotta
What?
do better endings, remember,
I'm
Josh is very
confused.
critical about it.
I mean, it wasn't even just it was like the ending in a traditional way. It was like just that weird little melody thing that came out of nowhere that was not like in key. I
That's
mean,
it?
again, like I don't understand because we've heard so much stuff in the past from you, Jokerhead, that is like in key, like is musically sound,
Mhm,
right?
mhm,
But like this is like I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what your process is, I guess, for how you lay instruments down. Like, are these like synth parts that you're creating, or are you pulling samples together, or like pulling in like MIDI grooves or so? I don't know. Like just how you're putting it all together, and is this different from your other stuff that we've rated more like positively, I guess, because it just seems like the bass melody doesn't really make a lot of sense.
mhm,
The Man, that upper thing is so weird because it's
mhm.
like as if you had a melody instrument that was like pitched up like 3 octaves, or if we're like just hearing like an octavized reverb of the original signal or something.
Yeah.
It's this really weird resonant high thing, sort of a
Mhm,
glow up there that honestly like hurt to listen to a little bit. I had to
mhm.
turn down a lot, like almost the whole time. It was like a nails on chalkboard frequency almost.
Mm, 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 mm.
Um, yeah, I'm just kind of confused. What do you think?
I kinda I didn't have to turn down too much, to be honest, but I know what you're talking about because, yeah, it seemed very resonant and, like, with whatever processing you were putting on that lead, it was like with each little pluck, it was, like, just hammering that resonance harder and harder.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it
it's the
did
resonance.
it wasn't super hard to listen to in the beginning of it, but, like, literally as the middle, where there's some tails from the beginning ones, and then you're still hitting it, like, it's, like, building up, hits a peak where it hurts to listen to, and then it
Yeah,
goes down, it's like, "Okay." And that happened throughout the whole song.
yeah.
So, yeah, I could see it being fatiguing. That being said, I think the timbre of it, besides that resonant frequency, was very interesting. Like Josh said, it's like a ghost of a melody. It gave, like, a very unsettling vibe, which I think is what you're going for, and I think you succeeded there sound design-wise, but, yeah, I agree. Like, if I were to be, like, straight up honest, Jokerhead, like, I think your engineering portion, like, if I were to, like, rank everything, and that's what we're gonna do, in terms of, like, you as an artist, how I'd if I was, like, managing you, how I'd want to improve your skill set the most, it would be, like, melodic and ear training and stuff like that, like, not maybe not by the book's music theory, but, just making, like, melodies and bass lines and harmonies that sound musically good.
So we'd lock you in a closet until you come out with something good, basically. If
No,
Chris was
no,
your manager, listen to all
no,
this music and come out with something that's musical.
no. Like, so I don't know if, like, Josh asked if
Just an
you
idea.
played an instrument. I don't know how you're putting it into it. Are you like, putting it into the piano roll? Because that's how, like, I started too. Um, and I didn't know music theory very well at all. I've always been kind of a percussionist, so music theory didn't come really fast to me. Uh, so yeah, if there's any way that you can get like any of your favorite songs, like MIDI files, so you could see like what notes are being played, you know, or what chords are being played, or there's like MIDI packs too. Um, this is just assuming you use the piano roll,
Mhm.
um, just to see like what different bass lines are fitting with what different, like, if you could find a pack that has like like everything, there's got to be something like that fits, like the bass line fits with the harmony, fits with the main
Like
melody or
stems
something.
of a song, you can sometimes
Yeah,
find that.
there's like MIDI stems perhaps, yeah. Um, then you could see how everything kind of fits together, and then that could feed into them, like the stuff that you're doing already. Like you take this, like you don't have to scrap it because there's some stuff that I really like, right? It's just find what key you're operating in, and really with any musical uh, melody that you make, you could like transpose it, meaning you could just change the pitch or just highlight the whole melody of MIDI and like slide it up and down the piano roll. And as long as it gets into the same key, like for the most part, it sounds like it would work. You know.
Yeah, maybe
So,
one thing there is, like, there was that thing last week, I think, from Jokerhead that was,
yeah.
like, the Sia vocal on this track that was not in the right key.
Hmm.
It sounded like I think you pitched it around, but it wasn't pitched to the right key. Um, I think the only advice there is, like, there are like different keys share a different number of notes with each other, and so there could be a key that only has like one or two notes different from the
Yeah.
correct key, and so then when the melody hits the one or two notes that are incorrect, it sounds bad. And that's because it's not the right key. So even if you're like in one key and it sounds horrible and another key sounds a little bit better, you need to make sure that there's nothing that's wrong, or try all 12 keys because there's only 12 of them, right? Try each one and see which one sounds best or has the least number of mistakes. And you'll probably know like which one's correct when you listen to it. Maybe it's
Hmm.
just a matter of like don't jump to the gun and jump the gun, like um, you know, pitch once or twice and be like, oh, this sounds better than before, but it's still not the right key yet. Just sort of again, be like super critical of yourself and try to listen for things that don't sound quite right, um, and be honest with yourself on the first listen. Because if you continue listening to the same thing over and over, you might just like self justify it and be like, "Oh, I think it sounds okay now." Well, it's because like you've heard it 1,000 times and nobody else has.
Yeah.
So yeah, just maybe a
Yeah.
tip there.
That's why external feedback like this, I think, is very important,
Yeah,
um,
definitely.
to a lot of processes, not just music. But um, yeah, so I've lost my fucking train of thought. But
We should
yeah,
go through his scores.
yeah, we're kind of hammering on this. I guess is mostly content too, but um, yeah. So vibes, like I said, with the exception of the very harsh frequencies, I think there's some cool sound design going on here. Uh, Melodies kind of lacking for sure. And some genres of music aren't very melody heavy, but you got to have bass lines that fit with the rest of the song. um what I was gonna say is like, we don't want to be stiflers, like, oh, this is in the wrong key therefore it sounds bad, or because there's like songs that play notes and accidentals that are out of key. But the
Yeah,
biggest thing you got to do is you got to get the basics down first
yeah.
before you can really dabble like that and sound like consistently good.
I
Like you
would
could do
say
a shotgun approach, and eventually get there with trial and error. But yeah,
yeah, and just like again, it's not that it's like a rigid thing where it's like super theory based or anything like that,
yeah,
but there is a difference between a note that is an accidental, quote unquote, that sounds good because it's probably like the seventh of a chord or something like that,
yep,
or it could be um, like the five. This is very theory, but it could be
yeah,
like the 5 of 5 chord, which is like a related key. And
yeah,
so when you hear songs that have like notes that are not in the diatonic, like regular key or whatever, well, It's probably because there's some relation. It may not be a simple relationship, but that's different than have like there's sort of a spectrum. I wish there were like a heat map to show like in each key. I guess it depends on what mode you're in and what chords you're using, but like some notes are more wrong than others. Basically, it's not just like it's in the key or out of key. There's like sort of a continuum to it. So
Willie.
the key
Sorry.
thing is really like I would say like don't think about theory. It doesn't usually help unless you're
Yep.
tone deaf, in which case you need it. But hopefully you're not tone
Mhm.
deaf. You're making music. You have to be able to listen and know if it sounds good or right. And if you listen to music, right, like if you have stuff that you listen to, almost all of it is going to be either correct or have some sort of complex, pitch relationship. And so
Mhm.
you just have to be able to like extrapolate stuff that you like into stuff that you create.
Yep.
That's kind of the whole thing. And it's like maybe you listen to stuff more and try to figure out what the artists you like do relative to the medium that you create in. So if you're like creating MIDI and stuff, look at MIDI. If you're like doing stuff, playing stuff on a keyboard, like play that stuff on keyboard or instrument or whatever.
Mhm.
But it's like I don't really have a whole lot of advice other than you have to really try to critically listen right when you're like at the beginning and not like self-justify things that don't sound good.
Mhm.
And then listen and try to figure stuff out. That's my opinion.
Yep.
Anyways,
Um,
score for vibes. We should probably get through these.
yeah, so I'm thinking maybe 25 between green and yellow.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say like 10% between yellow and green.
Yep.
I just don't. I think it's in the develop category. It's like you've got. I like the drums a lot and the groove, but like melodically, like song wise, it doesn't really even feel like much of a song to me because there's no melodic structure basis or even harmonic basis.
Mhm.
It's just sort of like a collection of sounds that they are ordered, but not there's no like logic to it, no musical logic, it feels like.
Right, right, right. I think there's a little bit of a structure and musical logic, but
There
yeah,
is.
it's just they're not hidden.
It's
That's
just hard
all.
to extrapolate like the emotion or like vibes or like I guess there's a little bit of vibes. It's kind of just creepy right
Mhm.
now, but like yeah, I don't know. It's hard when the all of the pitch content feels kind of random. That's the difficult part.
Yep, 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 yep. So yeah, I would say Joker, like don't scrap these projects. And you say, yourself, uh, you're scared to release them. They melody feels like there's nothing like exactly. You're hearing what we're hearing, right? And so, yeah, like I think sound design wise, you're doing cool stuff. So, just I would say just do like a focused like couple weeks or however long you need to of just doing melody and see what you come up with. Anyways, content we talked about it a lot already. Uh, the samples of the drums I think sound pretty nice and thumpy. Although I wish they popped out a little bit more in the mix. I think that top synth was probably just too distracting. It felt maybe a little louder than everything, but um, timbre wise, I thought that was cool, with the exception of the resonant frequency that was just kind of unbearable. But yeah, I think overall content, that's probably the thing that means most work actually is the melody. So I would say this is straight up yellow for develop.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna stick with what I had for vibes too, which is just like 10% between yellow and green because I do think that the actually the overall structure of like rhythm wise, beat wise is pretty good. Like, and I like those drums a lot. And maybe you can use something with that sort of resonant high pitch thing if it's toned down, it's a little bit less painful. Um, but yeah, it definitely needs a lot of work.
Production, what do you got?
It's not bad. Again, like I said, my favorite thing is the drums. There's that strong point, and again, they're
Welly, we
produced.
got your submission. Sorry.
And yeah, thanks, Willie. Um, I think the drums are produced well, and I think the overall mix balance isn't bad. It really is just about the content and the actual like melodic harmonic stuff, the
I
notes.
agree.
So,
Yep.
uh, but yeah, I think go
Yeah,
ahead.
I straight up agree as well. Yeah, I think it's all pretty solid with the exception of that resonant frequency that we talked about already. Production that puts me probably like 45 between green and yellow. What about you?
Um, yeah, I can agree with that.
Cool. And that's overall, I'll say 20 between green and yellow.
Yeah, I think I'll say 15 overall.
There you go. Thank you, Jokerhead. We appreciate it. All of the traffic, and all of the growth. You're
Yeah.
still, growing, but yeah,
Send
just
us more
melody.
stuff and yeah, I would say like for other stuff that you have, try to really assess whether there's melodic or harmonic foundation that sounds good or makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're, depending on when you listen to this, and I don't want to dictate your sessions, but if I could issue you a challenge, like, yo, Jokerhead, try to do what we're telling you, like just like one song where you like do the melody thing where you just find a MIDI pack of like melodies and make sure they're all in the same key, and then like start with that as your melodic foundation. Like that would be very interesting. But anyways, so yeah, so we got three people in the queue right now. Thank you, Welly. Shouts out to you. Um, let's see, I submitted some stuff. Yes, AC, we got you. So we got Blue Dollar, AC, and Welly. And yeah, we should be able to get through all three of those songs. If you guys want to skip to go now, you could always do the tip. That's a $5 minimum. It'll get you to the top. But if not, we should be able to get all three of you. Just sometimes the reviews take pretty long, maybe 10 to 15 minutes each. So um, yeah, with that we can go to Blue Dollar. Spotify link, Bad Dreams, finished release. There's no description. I think Blue Dollar might have they released today, or did they
Oh,
submit today?
AC, you're
What's
gonna tip. If you
tip?
do,
Hey, yo,
we'll
sweet.
if you do, we'll move you to the front, so you'd be now.
Hey, yo, let us know. Or I guess they did, but
I'm keeping the lookout on the Blue
Blue
Dollar
Dollar.
said no. Don't
Don't skip
skip
me.
me. Well, if you tip too.
That's true. If AC if oh man, sorry, Blue Dollar.
If you
But
send us $5, yeah, you gotta
you
outbid
gotta
him.
admit him. That's right, Willie. Hey man, you got a name like Blue Dollar, bro. Where they at? That's all I gotta say.
Oh my god.
Give me a quick skip. Wait, what does that mean? Do you mean skip you, or do you mean you're
No,
tipping? We
he said he was gonna tip. You're tipping on the Streamlabs link, right?
where
Where
they
they
at?
at?
Hold on.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Blueface baby, R.I.P. Anyways,
yeah.
did you get it?
Holy fuck! I waited an hour. God. No, I didn't get it yet. Uh, AC, let us know if you're doing that.
40 minutes. Oh, he
Oh,
got it.
got it.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Bluey
Blue
said.
Dollar. Blue Dollar,
I'm
send us 5 blue dollars.
yeah. I'm sorry, Blue
You
Dollar. That
gotta
does suck, but
put your money where your mouth is. This is what
we're
happens, but I will say that we do give you guys like 15-minute feedback. We go very detailed. It's free.
and we'll
It's
literally get to you next. And
and you're next, yeah.
Unless Willie
Unless
pulls,
Welly outbids you.
yeah,
Or
which
you
would
can
be
tip too, but it's up to you. If you want it for free, well, it'll be in like 15 minutes. It's not a big
yeah.
deal.
All right. Thank you very much, AC. Sorry, Blue Dollar. Also, thank you for submitting.
We'll
But
get you your feedback. We give everyone feedback who submits. We make sure to do that.
yeah. But
Fucking
anyways,
joke.
yeah, we'll be faster now. Let's see. So AC, Hideaway. I don't think there's any. It's a work in progress. Okay, sweet. And I love having works in progress where the artist is here and we could talk to them about it. So let us
Yeah.
know if there's anything that you're wanting us to listen for. Um, and yeah, we'll try to address that and have a discussion while we do it. So you ready?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right, Hideaway AC 3, 2, 1. Cool album art. Actually,
Let me light this candle, cause we're in the dark. Take away the words that'll turn us apart. I'll be a surgeon, stitching up your heart.
Compression,
I'll be the
reverb.
callus over all your
yeah, a lot of
scars.
reverb.
I just wanna hide away. Maybe you and I could run away. Tell me right now, we can start today. You and I will never have to feel the pain or hide the pain. I just wanna hide away. Maybe you and I could run away. Tell me right now, we can start today. You and I will never have to feel the pain or hide the pain. She's mine, but she crying in the car cause another dumb thing I said.
Love the octavizer.
I'm mad, she's hurt, oh no, yeah, doubts start filling my head. Look for the way to make her stay. What needs to be done is to change. Love is no fun if it's our rage. Instinct to run, but we both stay. Let me light this candle, cause we're in the dark. Take away the words that'll turn us apart. I'll be a surgeon, stitching up your heart. I'll be the callus over all your scars. I just wanna hide away. Maybe you and I could run away. Tell me right now, we can start today. You and I will never have to feel the pain or hide the pain. I just wanna hide away. Maybe you and I could run away. Tell me right now, we can start today. You and I will never have to feel the pain or hide the pain.
Oh man,
Cool guitar sound, but yeah, short.
who did that last voice? Was that you? I thought it was gonna be like a completely different like switch up feature. That was gonna be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Your voice was cool too, but I was just like, oh, this needs some like this is like very pop rap right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like kind of like not really Kid Leroy too much, but a little bit of Kid Leroy, maybe some Lil Tecca. I haven't listened to those guys in a while. Had that kind of vibe, but um, yeah, very catchy, very nice overall. Um, yeah, thanks for the submission, AC. And let's see if you said anything in chat. I'm fucking broke. I make music for a living. Okay, yeah, that's Blue Dollar. Anyways, we'll get to you, Blue Dollar. But yeah, what do you have for vibes, first impressions, Josh?
Yeah, no, it was like I think the vibe was pretty like professional pop rap, like you
Mhm.
said. Like the production, and what I mean by production is like the instrumentation and arrangement, all that side of it was very good. That guitar sound was, I think, really like interesting, sort of an interesting timbre. It was satisfying. It cut through the mix really well, and it almost felt like a percussive element as well as like a chordal one when it
Oh yeah.
was like during the choruses because it was just so snappy and you could really hear it cutting through.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I mean, again, like your vocals sound well recorded. I do think there's a couple of production areas that could be a little bit more like nuanced to sound just a little bit more evened out or professional.
Hmm.
But I think like the content is really there. That like the structure of the song, although I do think it's a little short.
Hmm.
Is it, I'm wondering if this is the final version or not because 144 and it seems like it's just kind of like what is it, a chorus and like a verse and another chorus.
Yep.
It seems like maybe there's going to be more. I don't know. Let us know in the chat. Um,
Yeah, I like I said, I thought I heard that like that triplet vocal coming at the end. I was like,
yeah,
"What is that
yeah.
feature?" It's the final version, very short, very sweet.
Hmm.
And I was about to say, like, bruh, yeah,
It
I
doesn't.
can
It
totally see
doesn't
it.
feel like it. Just honestly, it sort of feels like it's not. I get the whole thing about people wanting people to come back wanting more, but there's a limit to it, right? It's like, what if this song was 40 seconds long, right? You would obviously say, that's too short. What if it was a minute 20? You'd probably still say that's too short. I don't think 140 is quite there yet, especially and really just listening to it, I sort of felt like it wasn't the kind of thing where I was like, I want to hear more of this. It was like, oh, that's kind of weird that it ended that soon.
Mhm.
Maybe even if there was just like one more repetition of the chorus, that could honestly do it at the end. That had something a little bit different added on. It just felt pretty abrupt the way that it ended, and it was like, why did they forget to add to it or something? That was kind of my perception of it, just as a listener.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Um, I've seen songs get this pretty close to this in length though, and
Yeah.
pop off. Like Bankroll Hayden is someone that I'm thinking of. I think it's like one of his biggest songs was like a minute and 50.
Hmm.
So it's like pretty close to this. But yeah, I agree. Like I would have stayed here for more if there was that other feature. I was like, oh, like yeah, this is
Yeah.
like a perfect kind of pace to switch it up a bit. And I wasn't really getting tired of it when I was listening to it, so that was a good sign.
Hmm.
Um, and I can't put my finger on it. So let me know if this is correct, because it'll also allow us to help with the mixing stuff too. But it sounds like it's a type beat because there's a tag, and I swear I've heard
Mm.
that tag before. I don't know if Welly, if you're still here, it almost sounds like "Ayo, Sai, you killed this shit, bro," but it's not. It's someone else. It's one of those tags where it's like "Ayo, blah, you killed it" or whatever. But Yeah, let me know who it is, AC. I feel like I've heard that before, that tag. But anywho, um, yeah,
He
I can
said
echo
yes,
what
it
Josh
is.
said about production. It's Paris Beats. Okay. But vibes. So I'm at I think it's pretty solid overall. I might be a little fatigued on pop rap at this point, but that's just me personally. So I don't want to get that into the way of my rating too much, but I'd say it's like a solid 80 between green and yellow. What about you?
Yeah, I think I could agree with that. I might even say, yeah, no, I'll say 80 between yellow and green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Tachyon is now following. Thank you, brother. Oh,
Dope.
he's got the little person. But what's up? If you want to have your music feedback, we have a link there. And if you want a tip to skip the queue, RIP Blue Dollar. Blue Dollar is next,
If
unless this
you,
guy says.
I dare you.
All right, bro. Yeah, you wouldn't, coward. But anyways, welcome. Would you? Okay, so we're at content. Takyon's laughing. Content wise, yeah, like everything's pretty solid. I think your voice sounds very catchy. Your melodies are very catchy. Um, the lyrics, maybe I felt I was tuning out a little bit, probably just because I'm a little jaded with pop rap and uh, just kind of like a love song kind of thing. I think you said something about "I'll be your surgeon, I'll stitch up your heart." I thought that was kind of cool. It was just like something different that I heard from you. But I think the chorus, there's a couple of bars where you like rhymed the same exact word with each other, like away and away, and then something else was the same thing. Um, so it just gave me a little bit, and I don't want to be too purist when it comes to rhymes. Like sometimes that just works, and that's what you want to say. But um, I'll speak up if it feels like a type of way to me. And right now, just it feels kind of a little bit amateurish when that stuff happens. At least in this case. Um, but other than that, like really solid. I think vocal performance was really good too. You stayed in pocket, and the melodies were nice, and your voice sounds nice. So um, I can agree with Josh. I could see it going a little bit longer, maybe adding a feature. I don't know if that was the tag that was there at the end, but it came in like a nice triplet that was like ready to go. So Blue Dollar says, "Do not skip." You said skip. I save my money for music lessons. Feel like it's better value.
It's like that's a good rationale, though.
Yeah, yeah,
Music
yeah.
lessons will help you build your like skills and stuff, but
Right.
this will help you make your actual music better. So, just
This
saying.
guy's a salesman. That's right. Tip to skip, baby.
Skip
Um,
blue dollar.
no, 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 no. Damn, bro, you a Blue Dollar. No, no, no. We
Oh
love
my
Blue Dollar
god.
here. But anyways, yeah, content. So all that being said, uh,
Let's
I
go.
would say maybe I feel I'm like an 82 on this between green and yellow.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think like musically, it's great. I like the verse in the middle doesn't go on too long or anything. Feels like a good length. Like all that stuff is structured well. And again, I think the parts are stitched together well. Although if it's a whole ass type beat, I guess that's just the way it is. But
Yep.
which is good. It's just that somebody else may have the same exact song with a different person on it. So that's
Mm.
one thing you have to consider. Kind of like as you're building up your musical portfolio, like do you care if people know that like it's just you over a type beat rather than like your song that has like it's like your artist? um but yeah, I think like overall, again, your delivery is good. It sounds professional. So I think and yeah, just based on my comments before with like being a little bit short would factor into this too. But I'll say again 80% between yellow and green. Developing good to go.
Damn, he usually buys the exclusives. I was gonna say like,
Ooh,
yeah, you can buy an exclusive deal. Like it doesn't have to be strictly licensing.
true.
Um, but they're just typically much more expensive. So
Yeah.
this guy, he tipped to skip. He's buying exclusives. This guy's got some moolah, or maybe just
He's
is
loaded.
giving.
He had $5 for us.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He's got some blue dollars.
Oh yeah, some
Um,
blue dollars.
dude, I don't want to make a op out of blue dollar. He's been waiting already.
I
What's up,
know, I know.
Neptune? Welcome, welcome.
Neptune.
Uh,
Neptune, if you want, you can skip blue dollar.
dude, Josh, bruh. Blue Dollar's gonna attack the Twitch server or
We're
something,
counting
bro.
down, so I mean, we're getting closer and closer. But
We are.
you never know
We're
what could
really
happen,
milking
Blue
it.
Dollar.
Yeah. Did you give a score at content?
Yeah, 80% between yellow and green.
Got it. Okay, production. So this is mostly from I'll take it from the maybe vocal production because that's what he's done. But what do you have for production?
Well, yeah, I mean, again, just knowing that information, I think that like the track itself is very well engineered.
Yeah.
It's always the hard part when you've got a type beat and then you're putting your vocal on it to make them sound matched, like as if they're part of the same song, right?
Yeah,
Um,
if he did get the exclusives though, you can let us know, AC. They sometimes stem it out, so he can
hmm
do some
Oh,
better shaping with it. But yeah.
well, yeah, let us know. I mean, so honestly, I didn't hear much of an issue with like it didn't necessarily sound like the vocal was, like, on top of the music or anything like that, or it was, like, apart from it, but the giveaway for me was, probably a little bit heavy-handed on the compression on the vocal. That's very
And reverb,
common.
yeah.
It's one of those things that's too easy to add, like, too much to,
Mhm.
and definitely the reverb, and I think both those things together, potentially, or the EQ, um, made the sibilance a little bit too harsh at some
Yep.
points. So your like S's and T's are like very, very sharp, very high. It's just sort of like exaggerated, like in the high end sibilance, the compression, and the reverb. So
Yep.
I would try to even those out and make it a little bit more well balanced in those regards, a little bit more subtle on those effects, and it should make it sound more professional and more like well balanced. It's just easy in the mixing process to get a little bit carried away with some of those things.
Yep.
But yeah, do you have anything else?
Yeah, I would just say like if you're not already doing it, put a de-esser on it.
Yeah.
And also don't count on automation too much. Like you got to listen to it and then be like, some T's sound fine, but some T's and S's are very fucking loud still. So you're gonna have to go in there. You could zoom into the waveform. You could see like the high frequency data of the ts and the t, and you could duck it, manually too, with your own
Well,
like
also
volume.
just depending on what de-esser you use, making sure that you are attacking the right frequency range,
Yeah.
because if you do it not precisely enough to where the actual issue is, you might end up cutting out some valuable high frequency information.
Yep. So yeah, let us know if you're doing all that and stuff. But that's what we heard. Like, I think immediately, uh, I heard the reverb issue that Josh is talking about. Maybe just a little bit too much, especially in comparison to the track and how clean that one sounds. Um, Clean and dry and crisp, and then your your vocal comes in all wetted up. So it's
Mm,
like, yeah, maybe just scale it back a little bit, and then yeah, the T's and S's. So, but overall, yeah, production it sounds pretty good. So I think I'm at maybe 85 between green and yellow.
for production.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I could say the same.
So I am just need to do more and less, which is what you said. Yeah. More
One
and
thing
less.
that I almost forgot right here, if you can see my cursor, this is where it goes from that first chorus back into the verse. There's a little bit of a weird like overlap or like lack of clarity, like masking effect, where there's like a vocal at the end of the verse that leads into the chorus, and there's just like too much shit happening around it that's just drowning it out, and there's maybe even some vocal overlap as well. Just like there's a bunch of stuff that is not so intelligible in that little spot right there. So that's just one note that I had to maybe look at and make sure it's audible.
Yeah, I just went to click back and see it. I see what you're talking about. I was gonna say like, oh, but Josh, there's a punch in style that the kids like these days with
No, I get that. It's just that
vocals.
that was being masked by the track itself.
Right, right, yeah. And I mean, I listened to it too, and I was like, yeah, I could see what you're saying exactly. Um, so yeah, overall track total, I think I'm around like 83 to 85 between good to go and develop. I think it's pretty good. Maybe just a couple of things on the production side to push it all the way through. And you talked about maybe doing a feature. Could be a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm gonna say 82
cool.
for track total between develop and good to go. You're getting there.
Yes, sir. AC, sir. Thank you very much for the tip. We appreciate it.
Yes.
And for those of you that just joined, tipping allows you to skip the queue that we have, which
And
we do
it's
have a queue
never
right now.
too late to skip Blue Dollar.
Yeah, that's right. Because he is next. But they've been waiting for so long, and I want to listen to it. As much as Josh says, maybe I guess the best case scenario would be we'd listen to Blue Dalla, and then as soon as we press play, someone else tipped. So
Yeah,
then, yeah, that'd be great. But
in that
we got
case.
Blue Dalla, we got Welly, and we got Tachyon. And we have looks like about 40 minutes left, so we might be able to get through all three.
I don't know if
Um,
we have enough time for Blue Dollar though, honestly.
Damn, bro, what do you got against this
His
guy?
song is 41 minutes, didn't you see?
No, no tips. Let me skip again. Just kidding. No. Have a good night, guys.
You
Later,
guys are great.
AC. Appreciate
Later.
you. Maybe before we do that though, there's a couple people in the chat. Do you want to give the little website spiel again?
Yeah, I was gonna mention. So what we've been doing here, what you see, we give you very
Red tone.
detailed music feedback. We use these different categories as kind of to help make it quantitative.
Mhm.
But we've been building something in the background for quite some time now. It is a web-based platform that you can sign up for called FastTrack. FastTrack.studio is the website you can go to sign up for the waitlist. And basically, yeah, we're helping. You get connected with professionals in the music industry that have more knowledge than us in different areas like songwriting and mixing and mastering and production, all that stuff, to give you really detailed feedback or feedback on your whole track. And it should hopefully be helpful. And we're going to start using it to facilitate the stream as well in the near future. So if you want to go to the website, fasttrack.studio, and sign up for the beta, we'll let you know when you get in, and you'll be one of the first users to use the platform and benefit from it and help us, eliminate bugs and stuff. So that's super exciting. Again, feel free to sign up there or in the feedback form. You can also sign up at the bottom.
Yep.
So
Which is
yeah, that's where
feedback
we're at.
form. People that you're listening, if you want to submit your music, right there, feedback form, and like Josh was saying, you can sign up for the beta for this awesome platform that we're trying to build.
Yes.
Anyways, had to get that pitch in there, and yeah, looks like nobody skipped. So Blue Dalla, looks like you're up. It's now
Darn.
following. All right, we'll take that follow. Appreciate it. Let's see. Where's it at?
Bad
Blue Dalla,
Dreams.
Bad Dreams, finished release. It's on Spotify. 2023. This is kind of a cool album art here. Maybe a hockey mask going on. Trench coat, puffer jacket, or not puffer jacket. What is it? Like a down. Anyways, you ready?
Yep, Canada Goose.
All right. Bad Dreams. Let us know. All right, this is a finished release actually, so we gonna judge you like your finished releases.
Oh, we will.
3, 2, 1. Oh, is this drill?
Keep going. I've been trying to right my wrongs. When you hear this, I swear it's gonna be your favorite song. Have you singing all the lyrics like a sing-along?
There's again a little bit of sibilance there.
I just wanna make a living. You just wanna make a killing. I think that I'm drifting off. I just wanna make a living. You just wanna make a killing. I think that I'm drifting off. Pull up in a NASCAR, living so wild like a rock star. She won't turn up like a pop star. Bring that boy up like a pop tart. I don't want no bad dreams.
I like that.
I just want you to see. I just wanna love you. I just wanna cuff you. Fit on till I die, man. I'm finna get it tight. I don't want no bad dreams. I just want you to see. I just wanna love you. I just wanna cuff you. Fit on till I die, man. I'm finna get it tattooed. I just wanna make a living. You just wanna make a killing. I think that I'm drifting off. I just wanna make a living. You just wanna make a killing. I think that I'm drifting off.
That kick is awesome.
I just wanna love you. I just wanna cuff you.
Your voice sounds really good here.
Man, I'm finna get it I just wanna love you. I just wanna cuff you. Fit on till I die, man. I'm finna get it tattooed.
Love you till I die, make a fool and get a tattoo? Is that what it is?
Is it I just want to cut you?
No, I think
Was
I
it?
just want to cuff you.
That's what I
Cuff you.
thought. Like at the end, but at the beginning, I thought it was cut.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I I don't know, like I was just like, what is that song about? Because what's interesting is like
Pop Tarts, right?
no, yeah, yeah, I like that line. You gotta let me know what that means. He's like, bring that boy up like a Pop Tart. Like, are you like toasting him, or are you like bringing them up as like you're helping them out? Like, what's happening, or
Pop Tarts are very successful.
is it a sus bar? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But yeah, I laughed at that like in a good way. I like bars that are weird like that, that
Yeah.
are just sound different and be like, what did he fucking
Yeah.
mean there?
Definitely.
Uh, but yeah, like he was talking about like you know, I just want to make a living. You just want to make a killing, and then that's why he's in the chat not tipping. Because
Financially smart.
there you go, you frugal. Uh, but he's a cuff. What's your Insta? Def not a sus bar. Blue dollar.
Is that your
Hey, I fuck
cat?
with this.
Is your cat's name Dala? Is that why it's
Damn, bro.
Blue Dala?
Damn, Josh really going in deep here.
I'm just looking.
That's true. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Got a trap ass beat and then a little kitty cat there.
Look,
It's very
kitten.
cute. Yeah, just kidding around. It looks like Neptune said they sent one.
We got it.
Welly fucks with this. Looks like a potential collaboration happening. Yeah. Overall, I agree with Josh right off the bat. It's very, very high frequency heavy.
Yeah.
Um, and you know, on the pro side, it sounds very easy to hear what you're saying, very crisp,
Yeah.
and it has like a shine to it. It just might be a little bit much. Um, but I think your voice for the most part sounds pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Um, I can't think of any like relevant artists at the moment, but uh, yeah, I think it sounds pretty decent. Um, I wish that beat was drill though. Just it just might be a trendy thing right now, but I just thought that was going to be a drill beat for sure.
Mm.
Um, it was interesting. You took almost like a pop rappy kind of melody over a trap beat. Like I didn't really expect that. Um, yeah, I kind of wish that maybe it was a little bit more rap heavy with it, but yeah, you did your thing, and I think it sounded pretty decent. So, what do you have for vibes?
Yeah, no, I thought it sounded good. Like it was pretty pro. I think
I want to say like Polo G, maybe that comes to mind.
mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah, overall your vocal processing sounds like good. I think like your again, like your actual vocal sounds great. It was just a little bit sibilant, and even the hi-hats I think also had a lot of high end. So it might just be like your whole mix is a little bit high end heavy. And I don't know, like we talk about this every once in a while, but that it could just be your listening system. Like if you're on speakers that are not giving you enough high end, that can happen. So you're sort of compensating, or if your room is like carpeted or small, it can like sort of shift that balance in the way you're hearing stuff to be more bass heavy, or I guess it would be yeah more bass heavy, less top heavy, and then so you add too much top end, and then to everybody else it sounds too bright. So that's like maybe what's going on there, but yeah, overall vibes, I fuck with it.
Yeah,
I would say what would my score be? Um, 88. I'm gonna say 88 between yellow and green.
88 Rising. Welly's asking the questions. I was gonna say like you produced this beat because yeah, the beat sounded pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You know, whenever there's like maybe there's a bad thing, a bad habit of me. Whenever there's like a rapper that comes in and sends it, I don't expect them to produce their beats. So I don't really like listen too much at the production of it. But yeah, that would sound really good if you produced it as well. Like fantastic. Should you do it to a drill beat if you want? I just you know, maybe that's just me and Welly, but I think it sound really good. Um, could consider drill for a future project. Melodic drill, man. Yeah, yeah, melodic drill. There's a couple of artists out there, I'm sure, that do it. Uh, but yeah. Anyways, content.
Wait a sec.
What did you? Oh, did I give a score on vibes?
You did not.
I didn't.
No.
I think I could rock with 88. I think it sounds pretty decent.
Oh shit. Madeira, we reviewed yours first because you were up first in the queue, so you got reviewed. If you go back right after this, you should, or maybe you can even rewind now. I don't know, but
Yeah, you might be able to rewind it.
yeah, you should be able to see it right after that.
Yeah, it should be on the VOD. If not, yeah, it'll be on the VOD. Anyways, yeah. So content. Yeah, melodies are pretty catchy. Vocal delivery sounds pretty good. Vocal, it sounds pretty much professional. Maybe with the excessive high end there, but that's more
Hmm.
nonetheless. The take itself is really good, I think, or the takes.
Yeah,
Um, I like the pop top bar. I still don't know what you mean by that. I hope that you address that in the comments. Let us know. But yeah, the only thing is I'm just confused on what the song's about. So Bad Dreams, you're talking about Bring That Boy Up like a Pop Tart, which you said it's not a sus bar, but I could see it as a sus bar. And this is a but the rest of the song is a love song, but it's also like maybe this love interest wants to do the fast lane and the high life, but you're just trying to make a living doing what you want to do. Maybe that's what it is. And bad dreams that you don't want stress. Like, let me know if I'm like digging too deep. I don't know. Um,
great analysis.
yeah, I was just like just a little bit confused on what the song's about. So, um, yeah, if you could let
It's a
us
Pop
know.
Tart ad.
Wait, like, dude, thank you, Tachyon. We appreciate it. I disagree. Shut up. No, you can go
Um,
right ahead.
wait,
Damn, bruh. But
oh, so okay, Blue Dollar says you can't rewind now. So we should probably just go back and do Madero's again, and we'll just pause and do the rest of Blue Dollar's feedback later.
yeah, we'll just throw it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. Obviously he's joking, but it was a freestyle. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Freestyles exist. True. Um, yeah, it's a freestyle, but yeah, still left confused. And you know, even if it's a freestyle, you'll look at what everything else is surrounding bars like "Bring That Boy Up Like a Pop Tart" and "I Just Want to Cuff You." It's like, bring what from that boy? Like, what is happening? You know. So that's all. That's all I got to say. Context matters, even if it's a freestyle. Um, but overall, content I think it's pretty enjoyable. The beat also like very strong. I think
Yeah, definitely.
like very everything sounded very crystal clear, with the exception of just the high end of the vocals. I think it sounded pretty damn professional. So we'll give you your flowers on production for sure, but the musicality of the beat, itself, like drums sounded great. That like weird piano kind of thing. I guess it's kind of like a hip hop or a trap and a drill staple, but it sounds really good too. So yeah, good choice on that, and good sonic choices. So yeah, I would say content's probably like an 88 too. I think it's pretty damn good between green and yellow. What about you?
Yeah. I thought it was good too. I think I'll say 85 between yellow and green.
Sure.
Yeah, it was good.
Look, Welly trying to collaborate with Blue Dollar. I could see you guys doing it together. That'd be cool.
Texas. Oh, where in Texas?
Texas.
Yeah.
Um, but production, uh, yeah, production was pretty damn strong. We already talked about the high vocal crispiness, but yeah, production is pretty strong. I would say I'd put it at probably 95 between green and yellow. It's pretty damn good. What about you?
Yeah. I think I would say 90 because I thought the like this just the sibilance being brought down a little bit would help the vocal sound a lot more sort of pro
Mhm,
grade. Um it just is one of those things that's a little bit of a giveaway that it's like not quite at that level. It's not
mhm,
bad. It's like I think the compression is good. I think it was maybe a little bit on the edge of being like very compressed, but not bad. And I think if you eliminate the sort of artificial high end, it would also make the vocal sound more natural and in line with like the style that you're trying to go for.
yeah,
So that's the main, and maybe use a little bit on the hi hats too. I'm not sure if this is like a master bus thing or specifically on that instrument, or if again like a DS or a mild DS would help a little bit. But,
yeah,
other than that, yeah, it sounds well put together. Props to you
yeah.
for that.
Maybe his voice gives me like a Midwest vibe. I'm still trying to think of like what artist he reminds me of, but yeah,
Reminds me of, Blue Dollar.
yeah, the one and only.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think I'm at like 93. It's pretty good. Entertaining bars there. Maybe a little bit of confusion, possible susness, but it's okay. It's 2023.
Mhm.
It's everywhere, and yeah, that's between green and yellow. I think it's pretty damn solid. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say I'll say 90 between yellow and green. It's
There you
overall,
go.
it's sounding almost pro. It's just there's a couple things to kinda, you know, tidy up or whatever.
Yeah, pretty damn cool.
But yeah,
Sorry you had to wait so long. It happens, but
it's shorter
people
than
want
we've had in the
feedback. We gotta
past.
give
This
it to them,
is
man.
yeah, this is actually we've had longer queues before, so
Oh yeah, so yeah, we've had people get skipped like many times too, to the
yeah,
point where
for like a month.
they get sent to like yeah they get sent to the next week and they're like in the chat. So
Yeah.
it definitely could get worse. But
Yes. But
yeah.
yeah, thanks for submitting and feel free to send us more shit if you got it in future weeks.
Mhm.
We've got 3 left. So we've got
Wow.
Welly,
Wally.
Tachyon, and Neptune, and we've got time for 2.
Mhm.
So that means if anybody wants to skip the queue and go today, Welly, you're up next by default. But if
Wally.
anybody else wants to skip uh, to be reviewed today, here and now, then $5 minimum right there.
Mhm.
Simple and easy. And otherwise, yeah. So Neptune, it's up to you. You'll be up next week, first thing. If you
Let
don't
Welly
tip,
play.
although if you tip us $5, you will be up next. So just let us know if you're gonna do it. Otherwise, we'll go to Welly and then
Mhm.
Tack.
Tachyon. Yep, we'll say it. Going once, going twice. Sold to the Welly with a 3 in his name. Let's do it. Dream Reality, finished release. Let's see. I think I listened to this already. From what I remember,
Oh, look
pretty
how
damn good.
nice they're being to each other.
What's that?
Neptune's like, I don't want to take one of their spots, and Tachyon's like, no hard feelings if you do.
Oh man,
You guys are
Blue
so nice.
Blue Dollar just playing skipping. I'm not playing a tip, so up to you, Neptune. I don't want to take one of their spots. No hard feelings, we do. No, I can't. Bad dreams and dream reality, dude. Meant to be Destiny.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, by the way, I mean this is the kind of thing that we
Look at this album
anticipate
art. Love it.
for the platform. So we can just put that link in the chat again, I guess. Do you want to put it in there, Chris?
Oh, sorry. Is this for the website?
Yeah. So
Okay.
again, the idea here is that like instead of having to wait for our precious time to review you, you can get feedback immediately from professionals on the platform. So again, if you want to sign up for the beta there, it's really easy. We'll let you know when you are out of the wait list and you can be one of the first users on there. So yeah, we're super excited. I think it should be really helpful and useful for a lot of people. And you know, we're creating this because we think it'd be useful for us as musicians. And hopefully our sacrifice of many, many long hours will be worth it to you as well. So
Yeah.
that's that. Sign up at fasttrack.studio. And without further ado, let's get into Welly.
Yeah, I was just like one of the comments. It's he is that one with the 3, Welly. So you ready?
Yeah.
Welly, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, always been that one with that 3, rockin' 13.
Oh, one with the 3.
Always been that one with that 3, used to ride 13. Got places to be, I believe, y'all ain't make believe. You wanna be, things you wanna see, you and me, dream reality. Always been that one with that 3, used to ride 13. Got places to be, I believe, y'all ain't make believe. You should come with me, take you places that you wanna be. Things you wanna see, you and me, dream reality. Couldn't be like the rest, know what's coming next. I do not need the gas, lot of shit going through my head. In reality, I do not need the stress. In reality, I'm just doing my best. I'ma keep on going till I'm dead. I'ma be a legend in the end. And I won't forget those words that you said. Always been that one with that 3, used to ride 13. Got places to be, I believe, y'all ain't make
I wanna know what that
believe. You should
means.
come with me, take you places that you wanna be. Things you wanna see, you and me, dream reality. Always been that one with that 3, used to ride 13. Got places to be, I believe, y'all ain't make believe. You should come with me, take you places that you wanna be. Things you wanna see, you and me, dream reality. Always been that one with that 3, used to ride 13. me. Got places to be, I believe, y'all and make believe. You should come with me, take you places that you wanna be. Things you wanna see, you and me, dream reality. Always been that one with that 3, used to ride 13. Got places to be, I believe, y'all and make believe. You should come with me, take you places that you wanna be. Things you wanna see, you and me, dream reality.
Jimmy Melody. I
Ooh,
like the bounce in that song.
yeah.
It's and the bounce in the delivery too keeps it up tempo. But it's also it's like a grunge kind of delivery. As Rary says, it's interesting. Juice World vibes, voice is something else. I could see Juice World. But Welly's got a unique voice, I feel like. It's very like Juice World's almost like got like a pop emo sound to him. Where Welly's like very laid back,
Mhm.
almost kind of monotone, but it works. It's melodic. Um, same structuring as mine. Juice WRLD vibes. Yeah, dude, you guys are ready to collaborate. I would say. I think you guys could work pretty damn well. Um, but yeah, shouts out to Welly on the new single. Appreciate you, fire. Doesn't look like he has produced it. Let us know, Welly. It looks like these are some other people, but it was cool. You have any vibes? First reactions?
Yeah, no, I liked it overall. I don't know, I don't have a whole lot of reaction. I feel like you'd have a better first impressions for this.
Yeah. I want to know what that means. What he's saying. Always been that one with the 3 something something 13. What were you trying to say there? Just because it's interesting, and we just talked about you been that one with the 3, and you're Welly that one with the 3. So I just think that's a cool bar. It's creative. I just didn't hear what you said. Um, I like like I said, I like the flow of it. It keeps things moving pretty fast, and it's a nice bouncy flow. But you still got this laid back delivery. It's pretty cool. Um, I think in general, and we heard this actually with almost every song today. It seems kind of high in the higher frequencies, like very
Yeah, I agree.
sibilant.
It's weird,
So
we've gotten 3 in a row that are like this.
right, which is like, is it our listening systems? These are supposed to be
It's both of
pretty,
us, yeah.
yeah.
It's noticeable. We
These are
use the
supposed to
same
be,
thing every week.
yeah. They're supposed to be pretty neutral.
Pretty
So
flat.
yeah, let us know, guys. But yeah, it just a little bit high there on the high frequencies. I like the vocal layers idea, um,
Hmm.
but in some cases, especially near the end there, when that always been that one with the 3, like the higher one, always been that one with the 3. I think that was the pitch. It just gets really loud compared to the other
Hmm.
vocals, and it kind of covers up the beat a little bit. So maybe that's a little more on the production side. But yeah, I liked a lot of what was happening here. Grunge Welly is different, um, and yeah, always dope to listen to these guys. So, what do you have? 13
Yeah.
is my number in sports. 3 is my lucky number. Sorry.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, again, I thought it was good. I don't know, like, there was a lot of repetition of that "na na na na
Always
na
what?
na" or whatever, the main, like, little motif.
Yep.
Um, and I'm not sure how much I like it, honestly. Maybe it might just be personal preference. I sort of feel like it was repeated a lot, and I guess, I don't know, just you saying that the delivery is a little bit monotone, I think that's kinda true here.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. It might just be that I'm not super into this style.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I don't have any like issues, like huge issues with it. I just feel like I've heard stuff that kind of sounds like this, where it's
Yeah.
kind of that repetitive little melodic motif and the same kind of drums, like bouncy drums and sort of sonic profile. It's hard to describe a little bit, but
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to call it in terms of a genre. There's
yeah,
definitely like a lane for it. It's like, I don't want to say hyper pop and hip hop, but it's something like that. And
yeah.
there's
What
like
is it exactly?
there's many artists where they do it, and I've seen Welly do it live. Like, we probably punch this in, and like they typically punch in one bar and then wait for a bar and then punch in the next bar and then like splice it all together. So that's why you get like some of the bars like spilling over into each other. Like it's like they're almost not taking a breath. But when they do that, they also typically like to repeat that same melody that they did the previous bar. I don't know what that genre is. There's definitely a lane for it, so I get where you're coming from. It is inherently, I think, very repetitive. And I agree. I think that it could be beneficial to vary it up a little bit, for sure. But yeah, I think there is a lane for it. Did we give a score? vibes.
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, but now I'd probably give it like 83 between green and yellow. I think it's pretty good. There's just some stuff that like I wish that the vocal wasn't as loud as when the backing vocals come in, and balances in the frequencies. It threw it off a little bit, but yeah, I like this flow. I like the beat, and I like the voice. So yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say a 75 between yellow and green. It's like
Yeah.
it's a lot of it's well done, and I think like interesting, and your vocal delivery is for the most part I think pretty tight. It's like rhythmically sound.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I guess for me it's just the sort of uniqueness element.
For sure. I can see that. Going to uniqueness content. What do
And
you have?
Redwater mixed this.
I didn't mix it, so I'll let Redwater know. Redwater likes those loud mixes too. I had to turn it down a little bit, but
True.
yeah.
Very true. Yeah, content. I don't have a ton to add. I mean, again, I just thought that there were some elements that were a little bit repetitive. It's sort of that thing where it feels like the whole song is like at the same energy level
Mhm.
throughout. Where I sort of wish there was like a little bit of a break or like a little bit more variation.
Yep.
Um, that's maybe the thing that I was sort of left a little bit unimpressed by. It was just like it feels like another song where it's just like a loop almost that keeps going, and it's like there's almost a little bit too much going on. There's
Yeah.
just like a lot of stuff that's layered, and it doesn't necessarily all complement each other. It's like adding layers for the sake of adding layers rather than like, does this get in the way of something else, or is it really its own thing that we can hear? Because maybe that's sort of what I'm hearing is there's like this sonic signature of a lot of this sort of like amateurish like SoundCloud stuff in this genre that's somewhere between like hyper pop or like synth stuff and hip hop. It's like in that middle ground, sort
Yeah.
of just a concoction of like samples and stuff that's thrown together.
Mhm.
And maybe it's because you often hear too many things layered on top of each other, and it
Mm.
sort of generates this kind of mushy, almost like sonic signature that then is like gets a little bit over compressed and everything starts to sound a little bit gritty. That's
Mhm.
maybe what it is a little bit.
Mm.
It's just sort of like maybe some decisions need to be made on like exactly what style you're going for, what like what's the genre, what's like the vision, what's it supposed to make people feel like, right?
Gritty.
The music part, gritty. Um, yeah, I guess gritty and also gritty, like just the sort of texture of the sound.
But
But
also like the dance, right?
yes, but
We gotta get
yeah.
Josh to Gritty. If you tip $5, we'll get Josh to Gritty.
You had to tip a lot more than that, let me tell you.
Got you. This song makes me gritty. I can see people gritty to this.
Yeah. But anyways,
Yeah.
what was this content?
Yeah.
I think I think my score for content would be like a 65-70%.
Me six
69.
I was gonna say, don't you mean 69%? That's
Yes.
good. Yeah. I can agree with what you're saying. I do like the main melody of the rhythm of it a lot. It's very bouncy. Um, I wish that there's like so I had to ask, you know, you Welly, like what did you say? Um, and so ideally I think enunciation would be better, especially with some of the cool stuff that you're saying. Always been that one with the three used to rock 13. I just think that's a cool bar, knowing the Welly that I know. Um, but I want to be able to hear it, right? Like it'd be so much cooler if I didn't ask you what it was, right? So um, that's just to something to add to what Josh was saying. I pretty much kind of agree with what Josh is saying, although I feel like I might listen to this type of music a little bit more. So uh, maybe I'm at like 77 between green and yellow for content. Production, what do you have?
Yeah, I think I commented on it a little bit, but there is a little bit of that sibilance, sort of high end frequency that's a little bit boosted. Um, I have a feeling that a lot of this is coming from master bus processing, like limiting and compression, because that's
Mhm,
a common theme that we've also heard in these instances.
mhm.
Um, and I hear a little bit of that grittiness too. And what I mean is, don't, God damn it, it's a normal word, people.
Nah, bro, it's spectacular.
It's been memed. But what I just mean is there's a sort of light amount of distortion or saturation that seems to be impacting everything. And it's sort of the result is that like the drums don't sound as clean as they could. They almost don't sound as hard hitting. A lot of the instrumentation sort of just like blends together as this sort of like multicolored blob in a way. And again, I think it's just a symptom of layering too much stuff. So there's a lot of frequency clashing, as well as when you throw that all into a mix bus that's got a lot of compression and whatnot. It's just going to create like a rainbow colored cloud blob thing.
Like the album art.
It's just not, yeah, like it's just not sort of, but yeah, it's not like nothing's well defined enough. Nothing like has its own space to breathe and speak to what it is. It's kind of
Mhm.
just like a amalgamation of a lot of stuff. So
Mm-mm.
maybe that's what is just like being super purposeful with your arrangement and like the content, the stuff you actually get in there, and then not over compressing at the end, or at least, ducking things out with EQ to make sure they have enough room to breathe, using side chaining where applicable, like subtly, that kind of stuff, just being purposeful.
Yep. I could agree with all that. Um, I could also just add a little bit. So, just as a reminder, we talked about the sibilance in the voice, high frequencies. Um, I talked about the loudness and the backing vocals, very unbalanced. Um, I think the beat is cool. I know you didn't produce it. I wish that the bass was a little bit less, for lack of a better word, farty. Like it was just kind of like blobby in the low end, and I don't know. It might have been a symbol of the production where it was just a lot of stuff being jammed into one thing, and then you have to like you limit it, and it all gets kind of smushed together. I don't know if that's what the case is. I think also just it was just kind of blobby, but uh, if you do choose like a bass like that, it's got to be things got to be crystal clear more than muddy. If you start with a muddy sound, it could only get muddier. I feel like so. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Um, but yeah, so for production overall, that I might be maybe 65, 69 between green and yellow. What about you?
For production,
Yeah.
yeah,
What's up, Coda?
I can agree with that. I think I'd say just 70. Like I don't think it's not terrible. It's just maybe more a matter of like all the layers, It's
Mhm.
the layers and then like the small like overarching production choices, just not trying not to limit and compress more than is needed. Cause it doesn't really help. Like again, we all sort of have been instilled with this loudness wars theorem where we're like, oh my God, I'm gonna get more famous if my song is louder. And the unfortunate reality is that like if we listen to your song and we have to turn down because of like the overall frequency balance or just too loud, too compressed, it actually doesn't help you. Like there's sort of there's obviously a limit of how loud you can make your song. But there's like a curve of like how optimal your compression and loudness is. And as you get to that top of that range of what's possible, it gets worse. So it starts to drop off because it's too compressed. It's not dynamic enough. It sounds worse through streaming services. It sounds over compressed. And when it's over compressed and oversaturated, it eventually devolves into like being distorted. So there is a sweet spot. It's not all the way as loud as you can possibly make it today. So just keep that in mind. It's always about that balance.
What is
Uh,
happening in the chat right now?
I have no clue. Top track total.
Track total. Where did I put me? Fuck, I forget my scores already. Let's say like 83. The one with the three. The 8 with the 3. That's what I'll put Welly at.
Hmm.
Between green and yellow. Maybe down to an 80. Um, yeah, I think it's solid. There are some production things I wish went a different way though. Um, but yeah, I like what you're doing. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 72 between yellow and green.
Damn, not the one with the 7 with the 3? Damn, bro.
7 with the 3. Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, dude, 7
73.
with that 3. Yeah. I make my song louder next
You
time
got
so I can get
yourself
a
an
better
extra
view.
point.
What? That's not what he said.
I think it's sarcasm.
That's so funny. Uh,
And
Lutella, what is happening? Are you doing one of those like emoji drugs where you like people are like, "Oh, if kids type this emoji and this emoji together, it's this drug."
What? Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
you
yeah.
ever see those
I've
articles where people are like
yeah. I'm like, what the
Snapchat drug dealing? Is that even real, bro? Like, I don't know.
Definitely, yeah, for sure.
You think so?
I think
Ah,
so. It's
that's
stupid, but yeah.
it seems so stupid.
Nobody's
But
reading your Snapchat messages, like, the FBI doesn't care.
yeah. Um, Blue
Anyways,
Della, he doing it again. But
welcome to the room, Coda.
oh
If
yeah,
you're still here, we are about to go into our last track. Uh, if you want to skip the queue, be our guest, but we've got Tachyon up next, who's in the chat here as well. Otherwise,
that's
you'll be reviewed first thing next week, or you can skip next week to get to the front. But yeah, otherwise we will go straight into TAC. We're here every Friday from 5:30 to 7:30 Central. So if you follow us on Twitch, you'll get notified when we go live again and review your song next week.
I want to teach you some music. Which will make you dance, combining the samples of Japanese pop funk from the '80s and house
Oh,
and funky music.
is it
That
what's that
sounds
guy's
awesome.
name? What's the Japanese guy's name? The guitar player?
Fuck. Ah. Oh, I
I
forget.
love that guy.
Is it Masayoshi?
Yes,
Is it
Takanaka.
Masayoshi? Takanaka?
Yeah,
Takanaka?
his last name's Takanaka.
Oh, okay, okay.
Masayoshi Takanaka.
Oh yeah, that shit's so cool.
He's great.
Future funk. I mean, if you have it, Coda, we'd love to listen to it. You can give us the feedback link there. Any song. Oh shit! I just clicked the X on my.
Oh my god. Whoa. He was like, I clicked the X on. I'm like, what? He's gone. Okay, so he was probably saying, oh, you sent us our song Coda. So I guess your artist name is Minuit Cafe. I hope I pronounced that right. But yeah, we've got you in there. If you don't skip the queue, then bro, you were like, oh shit, I hit the X. And I was like, what X? And then you're gone.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you hit the X, but then there was enough time for you to say that, and then it closed.
My fucking computer laggy as hell, bro. I lost all my windows. That's sad.
That
But
was crazy.
maybe I'll get it to it later.
Tachyon saying Coda has made waves on SoundCloud. Okay, well, Coda, we're excited to hear your song. Again, we're getting towards the end here. So we will get to you at the beginning of next week's stream.
Mhm.
But unless you want to tip us, but we won't do that to Tachyon. So
Damn, bro,
this
you
is
had
ours.
something against Blue Dollar, huh?
Well, he was just complaining a lot, so
I see. Got
spamming our
it.
chat with drug emojis.
Hey, is he still here? Blue Dollar, let us know.
Blue dollar.
We appreciate it. It's all
Yeah.
engagement.
Oh,
Anyways, shit, I don't have the fucking link. I'm gonna have to pull it up. This gives it a little extra time. Anybody want to tip to skip?
Send
It's
it to you.
Let's see.
Just
Do I
sent it
have
in the
it?
chat.
Oh, you do? Thank you.
Mhm.
Let me see. Which chat? Okay. All right, cool. Tachyon. Stream. Why I Love You. New master. Sweet. Oh shit. Let's see. I don't have the submission sheet up with me. Do you have a
Oh,
description
for
for
the
this?
description?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so the song is called Why I Love You, and the description, fun, kawaii future bass plus soul
Kawaii.
vocals. Not sure really what genre to call it.
Soul vocals?
Future
Interesting.
bass plus soul vocals, yeah.
This sounds
Yeah,
cool.
you see it there.
Plus kawaii. What's not to like? This looks
boy.
like a 3D modeled skeleton too. Looks pretty cool. But you ready?
Yeah, it's dope. Let's do it.
All right. Why I Love You. New master. 3. It's a work in progress, right?
Mhm.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
It's very clean.
Glockenspiel.
Yeah. Nice chord.
Is that a vocal line?
I don't know. It's fun.
Oh, the vocals are being very
This part's
a lot of high end.
Ooh, nice.
This could be on a video game channel.
Yeah.
Intro and outro.
Like a compilation or something.
That was cool, man.
Dude, that was awesome.
That was cool as shit.
And, like, the way that it ended there was cool. It was almost like the song was in, like, reverse order or something. Like, the
Yeah.
main, like, theme of the song came at the end, and it was this different vocal, and the vocal fit perfectly with that, chord progression, which was also really dope. It was a great, like, chord progression.
Yeah. Coda, don't cry. If you submit to our link, um, we'll get to you. It's just that we won't get to you till next week. That's all. You'll be first. We want to hear your music. I don't know if this was you that submitted. We got a submission from Minuet Cafe, so if that's you, let us know. Um,
Yeah, that is him.
but yeah, Tachyon, dude, that was fresh. That was a fresh take. I don't think I've really heard stuff like that before.
Yeah, man.
That soul sample when it came in the first time, there's way too much happening, so it
Yes.
definitely got buried, and it was just like a wall of high frequency noises.
Yeah. That's the
But when
only
it,
that was the big problem section. It was like everything was
yeah,
great before that. Like the first part, just like judging by the waveform here, like this first part was great, second part was great. Then the third sort of plateau here was where there was just like a ton of stuff going on and it was like really hard to make things out.
yeah,
Then the white noise came in, it was even more of that high frequency. It was just like chaos. And then after that, it stayed really good.
what's good? What's up, Lil Shino?
The Shino.
But yeah, yeah, I agree with Josh completely, and we talked about it in our live listen. Like, that's exactly what happened. Dude, I would say like, we talked about all these layers that are happening. That soul sample like takes you by surprise, and it does it so well.
Yeah.
A little too much elements for the buildup. Oh yeah, so I was gonna say take it out, take it out of the buildup. It doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, I agree.
When it comes in later and like it's just occupying its own space, that everything else is occupying, quite frankly. It felt so good and it was so fresh. Like it was awesome. I wish that the soul vocal you can get it a little bit too less I guess old timey sounding. If it's a little more futuristic and crisp like the other stuff is. I don't know how you could do that, or if you process the soul vocals to be kind of taped or something like that. What is up with our chat? It's like going off for some reason. It's distracting me. But yeah, I would say yeah, take it out of that build-up section. It does not need to be there. It'll be even more of a pleasant surprise, I think.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
that was awesome. Uh, cool artistry here.
Yeah.
Uh, and there's like some Vocaloid vocal that you had in the beginning that served a great purpose, I think.
Yeah, it did. It
Um,
was used well.
yeah, so it kind of was like a bait and switch with the soul vocal a little bit.
Mhm.
So it's cool. But yeah, what do you have for vibes?
Yeah, I think overall vibes. This was like thoroughly interesting. It was like very unique. I thought the production was actually good throughout, aside from that one part where it was like too busy. It sounded quite surprisingly clean. Things came through really clearly. This is like a good example of uh like arrangement, being good at arrangement, right? Like not doing too much at different points, like choosing good samples, good instrument sounds, whatever, and keeping the flow interesting by not just having a loop, but really having like a song structure that evolves and is not doesn't stay constant throughout it all. So like everyone take notes. Like it's so pleasing for the listener when things are varied throughout. It's like a story rather than just like a repetition with stuff over it. And just using like quality sounds and less of them is like so refreshing. And that's the stuff that generally listeners are like, this sounds amazing.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Why doesn't it work, Lil Shino? Let us know.
doesn't
I
work.
just clicked it. It works, and everybody else is able to submit. So I don't.
This is the first time in like 700 submissions that we've heard of that.
Right, but yeah, I guess we'll try to figure it out. In the meantime, I'll give the vibes. Yeah, I agree with Josh completely. I think this is pretty much masterfully done on the content side. I think this is such a treat to listen to,
Yeah.
all the way through. Um, I don't know. Maybe we'll get into it with production, but I think just in general, it might have been a little bit bright, production wise. Maybe just tone it back a little bit on the high frequency sounds. But maybe if I didn't hear that third section that was just so dang busy with the high frequencies, like you literally had like that bell happening. Maybe the Vocaloid synth was in, but that like very airy kind of had maybe some sort of like vinyl sound with uh or onto the soul vocals. and then the white noise came in. That was just like literally so much high frequency content there.
Yeah.
Maybe that section is biasing my whole experience of the song,
I
but
didn't hear it as much in the other parts. It was mainly that
yeah.
section.
So take that with a grain of salt. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I heard just in general. But vibes, man, I thought that was cool. The artistry was awesome, and I'd say it's like 95 between green and yellow.
Mhm.
Uh, content,
I don't think I gave a score on vibes. I think,
my bad.
yeah, I sort of, I mean, I commented on all of it, but yeah, no, I would say 95 too. It was like very interesting.
Yeah, I think the content here is pretty much green. I think this is awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah, like borderline purple content. Like this is
Well,
awesome.
yeah, I mean, I guess my one thing would be that one section we talked about where it's like there's some stuff that should probably be moved around or just like kept left out. But the rest of like again, your sound choices are great. The like writing or the structure of the song is great. The arrangement, all of that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say like 97% between yellow and green.
Yeah, for dude, take out the soul vocal in that build up section. I think that's pretty much all you need to do. We'd
Hmm.
have to listen to it again, of course, but
Yeah.
you know, I think that's pretty much everything that you need. Maybe you don't need the white noise there too, but I don't know. But yeah, production. Oh, content. Yeah, I already said pretty much green.
Hmm.
Production. Yeah, everything sounded pretty solid. Like I said, it might be a little bit high frequency heavy. Um, I just want to say the content too. I really liked all the melodies that was happening. But the production, yeah, high frequencies. Watch that. They can get crowded, and in this case, they did. Watch the white noise, especially if you already have very high frequency heavy sounds. But yeah, it's pretty much that section that needs to work. So maybe like 89 between green and yellow. What about
Hmm.
you?
You know what I'm really curious about now that I think about it. This when the vocal, the soul vocal, whatever comes in at the end, and it's like it works perfectly with this kind of interesting chord progression. I'm wondering, like, did these come together? Like, is the progression we hear in the earlier parts something you took out of a loop that also has the vocal on it, and then we hear the part that had the vocal on it at the end, or did you like make the chords around that? I'm just curious because it's interesting. Let us know in the chat like where that stuff I guess is from or how it's put together. But production wise, yeah, it's overall like things sound really crisp, not really getting in the way of each other except for that section with uh, the white noise. And so you wrote the chords and arrangement first, then found a vocal sample in major key, tuned it to F sharp and plopped in. Dude, that's sick. That sounds like
Yeah,
super well put together, and it kind of shows that like you really can have it both ways, right? Where you're writing the song and it's very much your own, and it's like an interesting arrangement and an interesting chord progression. It's not, non-standard. It's the kind of thing that we could talk about with like Jokerhead, where it's
yeah,
like this isn't all in the key technically, but the chords are related and there's some logic to it, and so it sounds interesting. It's bringing in dissonance in a pleasing and interesting way,
yeah,
which is awesome. But uh, yeah, no, that's great. And then you found a sample that worked with it, and it's kind of amazing that it fit so well. It sounded like they were part of the same song, which is the goal. Um, so that was sick. But yeah, production wise, sounds really good to me. I don't have a whole lot else other than that one part in the middle and getting rid of that white noise. Maybe you're just like toning it down a lot. But other than that, sounds good. Did you give a score for production?
yeah. It's at 89.
Um, yeah, I think I would say even like maybe 95 or 94, 94, 5, something like that.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah. And overall, hopefully you submit it again. I think this could be top tier track. I think this is really cool.
Yeah.
But at the current stage now, I don't think it's ready to release because of that section,
Well,
especially.
it's
Like,
it's great because it's a work in progress.
yeah, exactly. So that's why you